You ever feel like the extra weight you're carrying around is preventing you from living your best life? I believe it is, because nothing changed my life faster than losing a bunch of extra fat that I was holding onto. After losing 50 pounds now twice in my life, and working with literally hundreds of people, both in my in-person personal training facility and online, and helping them lose tons of weight, I've seen it happen over and over. So in this video, I'm going to show you the 3 ways life gets a whole lot better once you lose the extra fat and get down to a healthy body weight. But first, I want to show you why I was stuck and unable to lose the weight for such a long period of time. When I first got into the whole fitness thing, I was overweight, stressed out, I was a short order cook, I was working long hours, and in my spare time, I'd go drinking with guys from the restaurant. And if you ever worked in a restaurant before, you know that these folks aren't necessarily the healthy type to be getting up early in the morning and going for a hike or hitting the gym together. We're smoking on breaks, we're getting wasted after work, and then we're showing up hungover to our 12 o'clock shift that would run from 12 to 12, 6 days a week. And with the other maybe few hours I had in the morning, I might play some video games. I was just generally unhappy with where I was at in life, and I kind of just felt like shit all the time. I was a zombie, basically just a shroud walking through life and just showing up to my shifts, and I had no energy even to go to the gym. Even though I wanted to be in better shape, I had never really considered working out or going to the gym because I was just so damn lethargic all the time. I had brain fog and I just didn't feel like it. Not to mention the physical issues that come along with being overweight that make it so much harder for you to feel energized. Like if you have 50 plus pounds to lose, the odds that you're a big snorer or maybe even experience obstructive sleep apnea and don't get high quality sleep throughout the night are so much higher. And if you're just carrying a bunch of extra weight around throughout the day, you're 220, 250, 300 pounds, that is fucking tiring. I mean, imagine carrying a 50-pound backpack around all day today, from the minute you got out of bed to the minute you went to bed, in the shower, in the car, at work, all day long, picking up the kids, cooking, cleaning, doing all the things you do with an extra 50 pounds on you. I mean, of course you're tired and low energy at the end of the day. You've got this big ass weight you're carrying around. But I think it goes beyond that too, because when you start getting in shape, it forces you to get into a bit more of a structured routine. You start having more set meal times, which means more even energy throughout the day. You start making better food choices, less shitty junk food that just crashes your energy and crazy blood sugar spikes throughout the day. You start thinking a little bit more clearly when you're sleeping well, right? And then you have more energy to do more stuff. And as you do more stuff and you drain that battery and you get physically tired, when you hit the pillow at the end of the night, you actually fall asleep and you experience deep, restful sleep. So in a weird kind of backwards way, getting more tired throughout the day actually gives you more energy. Draining your physical battery allows it to be recharged more fully and even grows that battery's capacity to a higher degree. That's kind of how fitness works, right? Now, the second one's fresh in my mind because a gentleman I just started working with, Robbie, what's up, dude, if you're watching, he just completed his first ever half marathon. And just this week, he got under 300 pounds for the first time since 2018. So that's 7 years ago at the time of recording this. And he was saying that during his training, he was feeling like his body was just getting beat up. Because when you're 300 pounds or even 250, and you're doing lots of running or just even locomoting throughout your day-to-day life, you are putting a ton of stress on your joints and connective tissue. I find the primary complainers here are really the back and the knees, bending over, carrying a lot of weight, especially in the abdominal area for dudes like we do, and the knees going up and down stairs tend to just get beaten up when you have a lot of weight on you. And again, I think it goes beyond just the obvious physical, you're carrying a lot of weight, but also when you're out of a routine with your workouts and you're not squatting, deeply bending the knee the way it's meant to be bent, loading up your spine and your back muscles, your erectors, loading up the tissues in a way that allows them to actually respond and get stronger and be stimulated in the way they are meant to be stimulated, means that your body's going to start giving you signals like, hey man, we're aching, we're sore, we need to be moved. Motion is lotion. So it's this kind of negative spiral of not only are we in a really bad place as far as we're eating a lot of junk food, there's a lot of inflammation going on there, we're not getting really good quality sleep, we're carrying around a lot of weight that's just putting extra stress on the tissues and the joints, and also we're not loading them up, moving deeply through different ranges of motion, we're getting stiff, we're not giving our body the strengthening stimulus it needs, so we get all these aches and pains. Activity and just being active in general is something that you don't have any energy for. It hurts your body, your joints ache when you do it, and you just are really generally put off by the whole idea of being active and exercising in general. you just closed off a huge opportunity as far as life experiences go. Of all these things you could be doing, hiking, pickleball, going swimming with the family when you all go on vacation to a lake, going riding bikes together, or joining clubs or team sports and meeting all those other active people who live active lifestyles that you would not otherwise meet if you're just put off or unable physically to exercise. So that's a big thing you might be missing out on that you will ultimately unlock if being healthy and being more active is something you seriously pursue. This last one hits close to home for me, and I think it will have the biggest single impact on your life once you've lost weight. See, a lot of people poo-poo on the idea of losing weight to look good. They're like, oh, I wouldn't just do this for aesthetics. That's vanity, yada, yada. I don't want to just build more muscle and get fitter and leaner. I don't really care about that. But they're missing something really important. If you are excited by the prospect of looking better or feeling sexier to your partner or just having your clothes fit and feel better, and you decide that you want to start building some muscle in the gym, you want to start eating better to make that happen, you don't realize that all those things that you have to do to look better aesthetically and be vain are actually the exact same things that are what most people need to live their healthiest life. Reducing excess adipose tissue, fat tissue, is really important for your overall health. Making better food choices is really important for your overall health. Getting plenty of sleep, training, and doing regular exercise isn't just for looking good. It's also the things that help you control your blood sugar. They help you reduce your risk of having cancer, having diabetes, and all the shitty stuff that comes along with those things. Nobody wants to take blood pressure medication. Nobody wants to take insulin when they don't have to. Why would we subject ourselves to just all these things that, obviously I know that it's not a choice and you're not like, oh, I'm choosing to be overweight or anything like that. But what I'm getting at is all the things you do that make you look better, if that's what excites you, are actually all the things that are going to make your life so much better from a physical health standpoint. And they're going to help you stay around on this planet for a longer time, which means more time spent with the people you love, whether that's your kids, whether that's your partner, or just being alive, doing all the things you want to do. And it doesn't just help you live longer either. It makes the time you have on this planet better too. Like, for example, a dude I was talking with recently was an athlete earlier in life. A lot of guys I've been talking to lately, athletes earlier in life, they're in great, fantastic shape, and then life happens. You get punched in the face by life, I call it. You get busy, you have kids, you enter the corporate world, whatever, and then all of a sudden you're in this place where you don't feel like yourself, where you know yourself as a fit, lean, athletic person, and now you look in the mirror and that's not you anymore. And that creates a friction, a mental dissonance. One dude I'm working with who was exactly in this situation, got into working in insurance. He put on a bunch of weight after being athletic in college. And sure enough, his doctor told him that he had low testosterone. Oh yeah, look at that. Another thing that exercise really helps with, and eating well and sleeping well really helps with. Another way your life will increase. You have more libido. You want to have more sex. Your erections are better. Straight up, guys, this is all evidence-based shit. Just look it up. It's all out there. I'm not pulling this out of my ass. Anyway, this gentleman, he lost something like 30 pounds. We were working together. He got exercising, started managing his stress, started sleeping better and making better food choices, and his testosterone got back in the normal range. Not only did he reduce his man boobs, start looking better and feeling awesome about the way his body looks and feels, but he started feeling more confident. He bought a Harley. He got promoted at work. He proposed to his wife and got engaged. Isn't that amazing? Isn't there like some kind of word for this mental unlock that you can have? It's inside you. Like, you're already capable of all these things. They're just being blocked because you're out of a routine. I really do think that losing the weight, getting in awesome shape, and getting into a structured routine with your eating, your training, and managing stress and sleep and recovery in general can meaningfully alter the quality of your life hugely. It has for me, and it has for the folks I work with, and hopefully this inspires you to take action to do the same for yourself. Thanks so much for watching, as always. Talk soon.